Hey guys, so this is vlog 1. I was watching some YouTube videos last night and I just kind of wanted to talk about my panic disorder and explain kind of where it came from and to see if there's anybody else out there who's suffering the same way I am. Also in the videos you will see me try to conquer it in a way. So basically how this all started was back in December of 2009. I got severely sick. I couldn't eat. Every time I ate I felt sick to my stomach, and I'm one of those people, I hate throwing up. I detest it. And like every time I'd eat something I feel like throwing up, so I just stopped eating. And I went to doctors and they were all like, oh, you probably need to have a BM, which is a bowel movement. And I was like, I don't think that's it, but whatever, I'll try. So, I tried all kinds of stuff and nothing was working. I still wasn't able to eat. So I, went to doctor's care, which is kind of like the emergency room, but at a cheaper cost. So I went there and they did an x-ray of my abdomen area to see if there was like anything there that would cause issues, and he didn't see anything, but I explained to him my symptoms. I couldn't eat, I just, I would feel dizzy sometimes, and that was probably from the lack of eating. So he referred me to a gastrologist, and I went to the gastrologist and he sent me out for an ultrasound of my abdomen to see if there was anything there that was causing me to be sick. Well, I was either that same day or the next day I was scheduled for the ultrasound, and I went, and my mother was there with me, and we talked to the lady who was doing it, and she wasn't allowed to say, but there was something glowing, and we were like, what is that? And she was like, that's a gallstone. We were like, okay, I have a gallstone. And whatever, so we left there. I waited for the doctor to call me to let me know what was going on. Never received a call. So we went ahead and we switched doctors, and I went to my mother's gastrologist, and we went in. This was like, well, actually before that, before we went to her gastrologist, it was Christmas, and I was really, really sick. I couldn't eat anything still. And this was like, I got sick at the beginning of December, so we're talking about Christmas, we're talking towards the end. So I went to the emergency room. They were like, you need to take magnesium citrate because there's probably some blockage somewhere in your system that is causing you to not eat. So we went to go look for magnesium citrate, and everything was closed because it was Christmas. So we just went home, and I was like, I really don't want to take that stuff because I really don't think that's what's wrong. So we didn't, and we went ahead and scheduled for me to go see her gastrologist. So we went and saw her gastrologist. He went ahead and got the ultrasound from the hospital that I had it done at, and he looked at it, and basically we went in, and he said, here's what we think is the problem. You have a gallstone, and this gallstone is, could be what's causing you to be sick. So he was like, we want to do a colonoscopy on you. I'm like, okay. So we scheduled that, and for like a few weeks away, and we went home, and I thought about it for like a day or two, and I was like, I really seriously cannot wait that long to know what's going on, because at this point I really seriously thought I was going to die before they found out what was wrong. So we were like, well, we'll just wait a little while longer and see if anything else, comes up. So I went to work like normal, and at work I felt like throwing up after eating. I tried to eat something because I needed something, and so that didn't go over well. And then New Year's Eve, I was at work because I worked night shift. I was doing security at the time, and even at that point, even drinking made me sick. So I left work. I don't know if I left work early. I think I waited until the end of my shift and then left. And I called out the next day and I said, look, I told my mom, I said, like, this is not going to work. I can't even drink now. I'm going to end up getting dehydrated and a lot of things are going to go wrong. So at that point, we called my insurance company and got some lists of approved, what are they called? Surgeons. And my mom called because at this point I had no energy, nothing. And so she called the surgeon and they were like, bring her in at 1 o'clock. So my mom came and got me because at this point I was not driving because I was so sick. And we went into the surgeon's office and the surgeon had previously looked at my ultrasound, came in the room, asked me some questions, and basically laid it out to me like this. You have a gallstone that is 1 inch in every direction. That's what's making you sick. Go to the hospital. We're taking it out today. You should not have went this long with this going on. So we go to the hospital. I get it taken out. Matter of fact, before I got sick, I weighed at 165, 170, or not 170, wow, that would be amazing. I weighed about 365, 370. Day of surgery, I weighed 300 pounds. In a month, I lost half, like almost 100 pounds, like 50 pounds, not 100, 50 pounds. So, I go in, I have the surgery, everything's great. I leave the surgery, I'm back eating again, really, really small amounts because my stomach had shrunk like crazy. I was eating half of what an average person eats at that point. I was eating a lot of chicken soup in the beginning. So I had the laparoscopic procedure, which is basically where they poke, I think, 3 holes in you, and then they cut a slit so they can pull out the thing. So, you know, they said they had to actually cut my slit open a little bit more because of how big the stone was. They didn't estimate well. And, so, like I said, everything was great after that. I felt better. I was able to eat again and drink again. I had no issues thus far. So I started going back to work. And at work, like, seriously, the first day I went back to work, I was sitting at work and I just felt dizzy. I just all of a sudden got dizzy and felt like I was going to black out. So this happened quite a few times, and then one night I was driving home from work and got really, really dizzy. And I was scared to death that I was going to end up dying because I black out at the wheel, or like at my job I would work in an area by myself. There were other guards there, but I was by myself in this one particular area. And I was like, what happens if I black out and they don't find me for hours, you know? So basically, I literally, at this point, had scared the crap out of myself. So again, I went back to the doctor and told them what was going on. And they were like, well, we don't really know what's going on. You know, so they gave me nausea medicine and dizzy medicine and all this stuff. And I took it, went back to work, still kept getting dizzy. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. So, eventually, at this point, I have been out of work so much. We're now, like, Valentine's Day, 2010. I have been out of work so much, I lost my job. So, for the next, year, it's off and on that this dizziness comes back. January 2011, I enroll into cosmetology classes, because that's what I wanted to do in the beginning, but I was so busy working and making money, I didn't ever go to school. So I start going to classes. I'm still having dizziness, and I don't know what it is. I think I'm going crazy at this point. About a month and a half into school, I have to stop going. The dizziness is becoming severe. And I don't know what's causing it. I'm afraid I'm going to die, or I'm going insane. Something's wrong. So, I stopped going to school. Of course, I ended up getting repercussions from it. I had to pay back the school and stuff. June comes around, and my mom found out about this mental health place because at first I thought it was PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And because it happened because of a traumatic thing that happened to me, because I'd never been that sick in my life, ever. You know, if I was nauseous, it lasted a day, maybe two. It was normally the flu, so it wasn't anything bad. But this, I didn't know what was wrong. Nobody could tell me. Nobody would tell me. Anyway, so I thought it was PTSD. So my mom found this place around where I live that has low income, it's like low income mental health. So I went there for about 3 weeks, still having the dizziness, still like heart racing, palms sweating, feel like I'm gonna black out for weeks. And I'm going to, I'm going and talking to these people. Finally, in June, I was able, this was like in, this was in like, maybe it was like April or May that I started going. In June, we finally got to see the doctor. And he basically told me, he said, look, you have severe panic disorder. He's like, every time you feel dizzy, your heart starts beating fast, you feel like you're going to black out, that is a panic attack happening to you. So, he gave me some medication. It was about 2 medications. I actually have them, I think, right here. I don't know if this is it. Maybe not. Okay, they gave me lorazepam. And it says take 1 tablet by mouth every 6 hours as needed for anxiety. Well, me being the person I am, I researched both medications they gave me. The other one was it was an antidepressant. I was not depressed. So I was like, I'm not taking this. But I did take it for like a week. And I seriously was jittery to no extent. I could not hold still. The panic attacks were still there. It was just, I was like, I can't be on this. It's not going to work. Lorazepam is a substitute for Ativan. And I looked that up as well. And it is a highly addictive medication. So I refused to take that one as well. So finally they set me up with a therapist within the vicinity, or within the facility that I was going to, and I told her, I said, I'm not taking any medication. She was like, that's good, because you don't, I mean, all that does is numb your symptoms. It's not going to make them go away. It's not going to make life any better. It's just going to numb them and make it tolerable to deal with. And I said, well, I'm not taking them. So we went through some breathing exercises, and every time I would go, I would have a panic attack. So that led to my agoraphobia. So it's basically panic attacks. It's agoraphobia associated with my panic attacks. It is because of my panic that I have agoraphobia. I was never this person, ever. I was very, very outgoing, never home, always out with my friends, doing things. Like I said, I was an outgoing person. So my comfort area just kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Even now, I pretty much stay at home because of it, because I'm afraid of having a panic attack. Therefore, the fear of a panic attack causes my agoraphobia, and therefore I won't go and be a normal person. Anyway, so it happens on and off. Sometimes I do very, very well for like 6 months, and then I'll get back into the panic, constantly not knowing what to do type situation for like another 6 months to a year, sometimes longer than that. And so everything was great last year in December, like right before December. I was planning my wedding. So from July of 2012 to like the end of December 2000, well, like the middle, I say like the middle, like the 14th of December of 2012, it was great. I was going places, I was doing things, and then my wedding date came, and I'm nervous as all heck, and panic happens. Not because of me getting married, it was just because I was already, because I was already nervous, it like triggered a panic attack. So throughout my whole wedding, I'm having panic attack after panic attack after panic attack. You cannot see it in the clips of my wedding video, you don't see it. Like, you couldn't see it throughout the whole video anyways, that I was having a panic attack because I learned to hide them. But I was having a panic attack, like, all the time throughout that whole day. And so after that, it drained me completely. So I have not left the house, like, really left the house, like consistently for a long period of time left the house. I've went to the store a few times, things like that. But I haven't ever, like, really left the house and, like, done anything since then. So, like, I just wanted to explain my panic with you guys and how it's led to my agoraphobia, because you will see, you know, in a vlog, I might be like, I want to go to the store. Let's vlog us going to the store, and I have a panic attack. They are horrible. They are the most horrible thing ever. I am going to try I think it's called the Linden method. I think that's what it's called. I think it's called the Linden method. So I'm going to try that, and I pray that it works. I have prayed every day since I got sick for this to stop. For me to be a normal person again. Sorry, I'm about to cry. But I have prayed so much for this because I hate being this way. Like, I'm afraid my husband's going to leave me. I'm afraid I won't be able to have kids because I cannot withstand being away from home. All this stuff really, really gets to me, and it's hard. It is so hard to go from being a normal person to being this closed off individual who can't even go on a date with her husband. If you guys have panic attacks, you know what I'm talking about. Especially if it's tied to agoraphobia, because it is so hard. And you feel so bad. I can't go to my friends' birthdays. I can't go to my mom's house for Christmas. I can't do anything. So I'm really hoping this works. I really am. I'm still praying to God every night that He gives me the strength to fight this, to become normal. Because when I have kids, or if I have kids, I want to be able to go places with my children. I want to be able to pick them up from school if they're sick. I want to be able to enjoy life, because this is not living. Being stuck at home is not a life that I want. I want to be a stay-at-home mom, yes, but I do not want to be stuck at home all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. My panic attacks have gotten better. In the beginning, I couldn't even be alone without having one. Now, I can be alone and not have one. But when I go places, if I'm alone, I know I'll have one, and they will be bad. So for now, I only go places with people I trust, like my husband, my mother, my niece. I really don't trust, I trust my friends, but not enough that I feel comfortable going anywhere alone with them. So, I'm trying to work on it because I want to be able to be a normal person again. But it's really hard. People don't realize how hard it is. A lot of people with panic attacks that are associated with agoraphobia contemplate suicide a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. I have thought about it. If I said to myself this was years ago, when it first started happening, I said, if I don't find out what this is, I'm going to kill myself. Because I can't live like this. I can't. I refuse to live like this. Now that I know what it is, I can say that I probably won't. I can't say definitely. But I can say I probably won't. Because I think about everybody else in my family. And if I did that, how they would feel. And the fact that I just don't want to die. And, you know, that's what my fear is. My fear is I don't want to die. I'm not ready. So basically every time that I have a panic attack, it's because I feel like I'm about to die. Whether it's, you know, I don't even know. It's just random panic attacks. It's not even caused specifically by anything. The only thing I can associate it with is if I get nauseous. When I get nauseous, that's when the panic starts. But, I don't know. But I just wanted to let you guys know, I'm sorry for crying. It's just, this is something that I've been fighting with for almost 4 years now. And it's not fun at all. It's nothing I would wish on my worst enemy. It's horrible. So, anyways, I hope you guys got a sense of where I'm coming from. If you guys have it, I totally feel your pain. Like, I seriously do. And feel free to contact me through message, or you can email us at ourinterracialfamily@gmail.com, and I will respond to you guys. We can even Skype sometimes, you know, and just talk about it. Because this is, it's really bad because it feels like nobody believes you. Especially in the beginning, it felt like nobody believed me when I said what was going on. Even after I was diagnosed, they still, like, it just seemed like nobody believed me. And they didn't understand how hard it was. So, I am here for you guys. You know, I will talk to you guys about it. I will bring you guys with me on my journey to recovery. Because I am determined to recover from this. And, yeah. So, I will see you guys in our next video. I love you guys. See you later.